Yo guys, Theo here on Common Sense. I fucked up. I'm sorry. Words a man, or anyone really, needs to be able to say in order to improve and actually get the outcomes and results they're looking for. A man needs to have strong convictions so he can act with confidence in his mission, in his work, and never compromise on what he thinks is right. But in doing so, he needs to realize that even though his intention is right, that he's getting it right most of the time, doesn't mean he's perfect. He can always come up short, and then he needs to take the hit. He needs to be able to take a step back and say, you know what, I fucked up, I'm sorry, I'll try again, I'll do better. Because that's what a lot of people just don't do, right? They never even try out of fear of failing, making mistakes. But failure is a necessary step towards progress. It's impossible. Like everyone would be living the perfect life, and everything just going their way if it was such a thing as being perfect. But being perfect, or like close enough to it, takes imperfect action. You gotta try and fail, and then adjust. So yeah, it's simple things like just pursuing some kind of training goal. Wanna build muscle, wanna cut fat, wanna learn some skill. And if what you're doing just isn't taking you there, you gotta reevaluate. Like either you had a plan that even if you follow it, it doesn't take you there, or you just come up with plans that you're unable to follow. Classic people that take on too much, go from nothing, just doing too much, right? But it can also be like holding a certain view on the world, or how things are. And when you come upon new information, it can be you've stuck with this for so long that you don't want to give it up. It's like, no, but my way is still the right way. Gotta be able to adjust, and very often you weren't like plain wrong, just nuance. Take with fasting for me, for instance. Like, I was a little bit oversold on it when I got into it. Like, I thought it was like the cure for everything, basically. And then, as I experimented, heard of different people's stories, I realized that, yeah, fasting is great. It is great, but a lot of the things I thought from the start, maybe it isn't exactly like that. Maybe fasting isn't always the solution, even if it's a great tool. So you see, I can adjust my view without completely throwing the old out the window. Sometimes, even that you're gonna have to do, though. And then, if certain things are reflected back on you from the surrounding, you can't just blame it on everything on the outside. There's always two sides to the coin, But if you get similar outcomes, if you see similar patterns in your life, you are part in this. You're part in this, and it's not your job always to fix everything, but you need to see your part and be like, okay, what can I do? If this happens in my relationships, if this happens in my life, if I often end up at this point, I must have something to do with it. What can I do to be better? So this this was a tough one for me recently. Had a big clash in my relationship. And again, there are always two sides to it, but it's so easy to just want to get stuck in what the other party didn't get wrong, right? Or did get wrong, didn't get right, or whatever. It's so easy, especially in romantic relationships, when emotions are running hot. You feel misunderstood. You just want to say your side. You just want to say, you do this, I feel like this, blah, 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 blah. And that all of that might be true. You might be right in all of it, but you gotta see your own part in it. You gotta be able to admit, I fucked up. Some of the things you don't like in the relationship, maybe you trigger them. Maybe you don't get what you deserve because you don't ask for what you deserve or communicate it clearly. All these things. Yeah, admitting mistake, it's a tough one. This is the thing with this lifestyle, the Uncommon Sense lifestyle. I try to explain how there's this duality to life, or this two-sided thing to everything, that in a way, when you go on this journey of self-improvement, you're gonna have to face a lot of difficulties that you're choosing. And it makes everything a lot easier in the end. But all these battles you have to take to become better, to get what you want, they are difficult. And that's why so many people shy away from them. Just hide away. Nah, I'm happy as I am. No, it's not really on me. Oh, I can't really control it. La-di-da-di-da. It's gonna be the most difficult in the end. But there are difficult battles to fight in order to become the highest and fullest version of yourself, for sure. Through these years, well, it's been this like life stuff thing too, that I had to really hit the wall, take a step back, ponder on it, But it's been with the trainings, that's why I have so good results now, because I've been willing to just try things, just put myself out there, don't know what I'm doing, learn as I go, see my mistakes, like injuries. A few injuries now that I never would have, or now I would never have gotten them, but I did. I did because I didn't know what I was doing. I took on too much, but I learned from it. I made mistakes. I admit that it wasn't anything wrong with the bar when I bench pressed and hurt my shoulder. It was with me and my dumb tendency to not listen to my pain and take a step back. I could go on with the injuries. But you see, in the end, I don't regret that I injured myself because I learned from it. Now I know. I learned a lot about rehabilitating the injuries from it, so now I can help others with it. You see how a mistake is never really a mistake unless you make it one. If you decided that like that was a mistake, I failed, and just leave it there, then that's what it was. But otherwise, it was one necessary step towards success, towards progress. You needed to get burned like this in order to get the chance to learn. You got new information from it, information you couldn't have had before, or else again, you'd just be able to do everything right from the start, right? So guys, have you been putting up, doing the training properly? Are you coming up short? Well, the Uncommon Sense Fitness programs, my coaching is there. That's what I do, apart from putting together the good plan with the training and the diet and fasting, depending on who you are and your goals. Apart from that, I'm the one that makes sure you stay on point. I remind you all of these things. That's really what we humans do, but especially coaches. We clarify and remind each other of things. Do you know how many times someone has messed up their plan, broke their fast early or something, and they come to me as if it's the worst thing in the world? And I just have to tell them that, yeah, don't do that next time. Let's get back on track. But you had to do this. You had to fail. See why you failed. Think about it. Try again. I had one client, she failed the fast we were going to do over and over throughout the week. Then she pulled it off in the end because we talked about it. That's what the coach brings to this external reminders that don't judge you as harshly. That's a funny thing. I judge myself so much more harshly than I judge any clients. And that's the beautiful thing. That's why the coaches have coaches too, like I talk about. I am great at reminding you of all these things. Pretty damn good at doing it for myself, or else I wouldn't be where I am. But does not mean that I can't have use for someone myself. We all can. And this is the thing. So I guess I can end it off by talking a bit about the coaching like that. People have this ego too, apart from not wanting to make mistakes. It's like, I gotta be able to do it on my own kind of thing, But asking for help, there's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean that you're a loser. Doesn't mean that you can't do anything by yourself. Just means that it's very helpful not to have to be alone in everything, right? Yeah. I get the reminder that I have a coaching call now, so perfect timing. Please leave a comment. What do you think? Have you made any mistakes recently you want to share? Or something you're finally admitting that you're gonna take charge of? Please let me know. Please like. All comments and likes help support the channel, so I appreciate it a lot. Now, I thought this was gonna be a shorter video, but now it's close to 10 minutes, so I just want to talk a little bit to close it out. But all the information about the coaching is in the description. DM on Instagram or email me. The website will be up very soon. Please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscles, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, mindset. It's a mindset, guys. Admitting mistakes and getting better, always. Alright, peace.